Ale kalamana baju sugmad shanti hum aluk hook hu vane ek akshar raskat. Harold Klemp really likes to be welcomed with the chant of Hugh. And the program music and the rest of the program I will comment on the way to bringing up my comment on his talk. The pre-program music was performed by Russell Stern. And I said, what is an Eckankar seminar without music that just speaks of an introduction to a journey which takes flight? Friday evening introduction, Sally Thompson. It is those who are new and those who make things new that help a group develop and maintain itself. Take a soul adventure, composed and performed by Minnesota Ek Youth +1. I am actually impressed with the breakdown and how it connected the emotional aspect of taking the focus of the physical vehicle towards the soul vehicle. It is important to consider what you have on your side. Gifts from an Eckmaster by Andy Shee. Phoebe Quantz, a spiritual guide, brings unexpected blessings in times of need. It is important to involve the inner spiritual side when doing missionary work and when doing one's secular work. Life is about service, and others may become aware of what comes with you on the other planes. New book spotlight, Eckopedia, the Eckankar lexicon, Patrick Carroll. Understanding terms is important, but I never thought of revealed religion as being something of jargon. While Eckankar is fond of saying that it's not really orthodox or orthoprax, at least in some speeches and sources. Context of how it uses it can be important to take the use of language and structure into the group one is working with. Do your best and let go of the rest. Donna Flakidi, Adisso, Albin Behetten, Kiran Behetten, Thalia Behetten. The difference between difficulty and suffering is the latter is self-imposed by conflicting responses. To not give up your physical and mental efforts when you pray for guidance and other help is one of the most neglected teachings. There is always a divine plan. Leonardo Scanu and Richard Scanu. It is important to seek out the plan that you are meant to be on. It is important to connect those details. Not only will the experience of spiritual practices change the situation, but awareness of something else comes in. Love and Light, composed and performed by Alejandro Rieto and the Kyoma Ozukwe sisters. I would differentiate between emotions and sensory input. It is important to let the concepts in hymns direct one's character. Adventures in Graceful Living, Mary Carroll Moore. It would make perfect sense that some things will not be figured out till one asks, not expecting an answer. Demons sometimes appear as dogs. Sometimes your actions will be anticipated by those who will enable you. If we program ourselves with subjects and other contexts, then we are more likely to dream with those details. Signs of God's love, composed by Iki Emoya Ozoeze and performed by Vedan Melodies. Naming a group after its spiritual counterpart is an effective method to reach by its reference. Everything is a sign, and everything is a song. And the pre-programmed music, performed by Philip Noel, that would be the Saturday program, right? Yep. Ability often must be contained to develop. Saturday evening introduction by Peter Scrivenik. Maintenance and achievement are constant parts of the spiritual path. Our endowment need no resistance. Should have said needs, right? I choose to be happy. Composed by Paul Akpo Koji and Carrie NX, performed by the Ek Cosmic Singers. An upbeat, joyful expression of soul's choice to live life to the fullest in every moment. There was talk in an Eckankar group that I was part of about maybe they should develop something like blue metal. And, you know, I might have chosen to be involved with that if they did that, right? It is important to see the difference between acknowledging the difficulties and choosing to suffer. When life is a test, it enables us to see that beyond our control. Oh, it enables to see that beyond our control is for the best. Eye-opening opportunities to expand in love. Rick and Karen Omar. Often there is someone who senses something about their medical situation missed by their doctors. If certain types of consciousness are developed, then it can be applied to whatever a person can be conscious of. Religion is when mechanical life becomes a relationship. Little Blue Star, composed and performed by Julie Frost. We are our own way showers, and there are experiences that can be interpreted differently. The Power of Grace, a secret to spiritual living, art, images, and inspiration, accompanied by beautiful piano music by Russell Stern. The path is not always predictable. It has people, places, and things for soul. It needs interpreted and shared by each part of the whole. One never knows what they have. And the speech of Harold Klemp is the climax of the program. They never seem to have the Sunday programs, because you see scheduled that there's Sunday stuff going on. And so it would have been the weekend Okay. So Friday the 20th, Saturday the 21st, and the Sunday the 22nd. And of course, they believe in Chanhassen, Minnesota. When it switches over to the 22nd, there is when things start. And I, you know, working through things in my own way, try to use some of that, right? Is to connect with the times in certain other places. Grateful for Eck and the teacher too. A new talk by Sri Harold Klemp, the Mahanta, the living Eckmaster. I would think it is best to only sing with purpose and then to practice. If an institution isn't in line with another, it may lose its support. It is important to realize the differences in how genders work in society. Sometimes the accused are the better people. Unusual things happen. To teach us lessons are to bring us along with it consciously. And so we see Little Blue Star, Eye-Opening Opportunities, Expanded Love, I Choose to Be Happy, Saturday Evening Introduction, Pre-Programmed Music was Saturday. Friday, we started with the pre-programmed music, the Friday Evening Introduction, Take a Soul Adventure. It's interesting to watch the reactions to certain people as they're doing this. Gifts from an Eckmaster, New Book Spotlight, Eckopedia, the Eckankar Lexicon, Do Your Best and Let Go of the Rest. There's always a divine plan. Love and Light, Adventures in Graceful Living, Signs of God's Love, and of course, right before we have the things, Animals Are Soul 2, the heart-warming Goose Tale. Okay, so there's got to be, I think they've already posted this. So let me look in through here. The Eckankar channel has its recent videos. Okay. Animals Are Soul 2. Yeah, let's just go in here and look at my comment. Like with purely spiritual beings, animals may only be there and go along because of the consciousness you are practicing. And a robbery, a gift of spiritual protection, and the hue. Every worthwhile action is worth applying the karma of chance inwardly, if not outwardly too. There is always external meaning. Inner peace and wisdom, gifts of the hue. We can find a rush with a rush or a calming. Sometimes the extra measures forgotten need to be blamed on the criminals who make the extra measures what is best. I mean, back to that thing about things not always being under our control, right? A miracle is a changed consciousness, a spiritual journey of recovery. The definition of magic as deliberate changes in consciousness has long resonated with me. Winning the race of life, soul lives forever. A person can assert that the least success in life is better than what this life has to offer without escapism. Sometimes we need to act as if someone else is in charge of our life. Encounters with inner spiritual guides. If we think hard enough, we can find dream and physical life characters like the 973 listed Eckmasters, 15 is the number of the Eckmasters in my Eckankar tarot. And yeah, it's not an official Eckankar tarot. What on earth is going on? The enigma of life and death. Certain teachings must be repeated in different contexts and different terms. Do our pets reincarnate? It is important for faiths to cause uniting people in marriage. With different interpretations, we can realize that different connections can share elements between things and beings alike. Dreams and healing. It is important to figure out what dreams to focus on and what to do about it. And the official channel is thanking people for their insights and words, but it doesn't want to from mindfulness to soulfulness. Eckankar does employ names and themes that trigger experience. It is important to know of or have things that can be used in an interfaith way. Is there more to life than what we see? We can certainly get the experiences we need, but they may not be in the form we expect. And be yourself, a true spiritual path. Something is coming from somewhere else. It starts with beliefs. It is known by deeds. It is experienced in others. It is practiced in nature. It is worked with by society and the individual. It inflects itself in the terms at hand. It works within inherent limits and those imposed by the system. It is the best in ease and hardship. It works by parts and beyond definition. It alternates with embodiments that scatter and collect. And I don't know, I may have said something about the springtime seminar, but spiritual exercises as gifts from the heart. Let's put that comment here. If ek is God as a verb, we thank ek for being allowed to be the means of our own experiencing. If sugmod is God as a noun, we thank God for being beyond all these conditions with which we are choosing. And there's a clip called True Love. Let's look at that. I would think that charismatic or Pentecostal and Baptist would be the most likely groups to convert to Christianity. Sometimes it is the non-distinct spiritual practices that draw people together most. Well, maybe convert of the Christians, right? Healing from loss, a near death out of body experience. In a way, people are at the top or center of their own world. Sometimes it takes mystical experiences to realize connections. And your invitation to a spiritual adventure, the power of grace, a secret to spiritual living, that is what we were talking about. But I am adding some things. Perfect symphony. Oh, it looks like dude can play guitar. It is best to wake before the morning, even if you must sleep in the morning. The sounds and practice of dawn is a singing and thinking with the universal vibrating. We take in the present and are making ourselves one with the other beings. We have confessed it is by the shown way that we should be surrendering. And keeping your spiritual headlights on. Sometimes a dreamer needs to treat the dream as if it was objectively real as regular life. Outside of the dream, we can learn from the symbolism, regardless of how literally true a spiritual message is. My channel focuses around doing everything in the name of Ek, if Ek is God as a verb, and the Sugmod, if Sugmod is God as a noun. Spiritual exercises certainly are a way to be in line with humanity's way showers and spiritual exercises for the sake of all external beings as well. And show me love. Oh, let's just go back a full year, right? It is important that people realize that showing love will sometimes have nothing to do with doing as someone wants. Showing love is to discourage from what God doesn't like. Showing love is to encourage what God likes. Do you want to find the good and truth in all? Q, this is love. From the high to the low have lessons for me. Singing to the divine is my truest glee. Sacrifice is not a loss, for you are me. Golden and blue, I see. Look into your heart. Emotional ignorance is real, but so is the lifting of the veils from off the heart. Each side is upon a sort of consistency of reactions. World of beauty. Yeah, we all share something. We can choose to make our worship living. We can compare, but each is to take in their blessings. We are not losing when our focus is on mutual feelings. Life after life, our pets come back to us. Oh, it's just a dog running. Reincarnation is real. Why should the dog be trapped, right? Did you know God loves your pets? And it's just the phrase, some woman with a horse. Soul to soul connection. And Islam teaches that there is a spiritual truth behind animism and dynamism, that living things in inanimate matter has a spiritual side to it and will give individual witness. Even the body tells what is good for the soul, and that comes through other incarnate beings too. What did we get into? In a way, people are at the top or center of their own world. Sometimes it takes mystical experiences to realize connections. I share that healing from loss and near-death out-of-body experience comment. Advance. I wonder sometimes what you can become. I guess you're a soul and so are cats, and I guess that is where to stop with this. Anami Purusha, Agam Purusha, Hukikat Purusha, Aleya Purusha, Alak Purusha, Sat Nam, Sohang, Omkar, Ramkar, Tal Naranjan, Elim,